Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and it's time to do a video unboxing and setting up this new TV, the 2020 LG OLED TV line. This is the GX model 65-inch, and this is the first OLED TV I have ever used. I've seen them at different trade shows, at media events. However, I've never actually had one in my apartment before. So let's go ahead and open this TV up. We'll see what comes in the box. It actually has a TV wall mount that sits almost completely flush with the wall. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and wall mount this TV out in my family room. So I'll walk you through that process as well. Let's go ahead and check out this new 2020 LG OLED TV. Thanks to LG for sending this unit over for review. A review video is coming soon, so be sure to click that subscribe button so you're notified when that goes live. Now, the GX OLED TV from LG does have the new Gen 3 A9 processor inside, along with, of course, a ton of smart capabilities, the Magic Remote Control, along with NVIDIA's G-Sync. It has Apple's AirPlay, Amazon Alexa built in, and a bunch of other features that we'll talk about once I get this TV all set up and plugged in. First up, wall mount bracket, which we will have to tackle in just a second. Next up, pretty standard, the owner's manual and some information about mounting, and then a couple items, RCA cable, along with an infrared blaster cable. So here is the Magic Remote that comes with it. I do believe you can point it like a wand, and it has a cursor on the TV, so you can just kind of point and click at things. We will test that out. And yes, it does come with AA batteries for it. All right, as you can tell, the TV is all mounted and ready to go. It looks so clean, pressed up against the wall like so. And with the mount, I found out the drywall on this wall was fairly thin, so I didn't want to mess with it. I didn't want anything to go wrong. So I actually hired a professional to mount it for me. But don't worry, we will take a look at the mount and the options you have once you have it mounted. We'll look at behind the TV as well. But it is off. It's in power saving mode right now. There is some plastic still on the screen itself that we got to peel off. Okay, so this never gets old. I'm going to go handheld for this one, and we are going to peel off this entire piece of plastic that is on the TV. Just always so satisfying. Don't worry, I have a second angle as well with the camera, so we're going to take a look at both angles, but let's go ahead and peel this off. Look at that, so satisfying. Okay, I'm gonna go handheld for this part just because it's hard to use my main camera. Now, we will see on the back behind the TV how this mount actually works. So you'll see it is screwed into the wall right here, all through it. Just a pretty small mount in general. So you just have to follow the instructions, which I did not do. I had a professional do it like I mentioned. And then on the back, the TV just slides into the mount and you lock it in place. Fairly simple. Now, if we go ahead and move along on the back here are some of the inputs. Okay, angled it a little bit differently. You do have your optical slot, your LAN slot, your cable in, like I said, HDMI, and then moving along your 3 USB slots and an IR blaster input. And yes, you will need to do a little bit of cable management. You will see I just have a cover here that blends in pretty nicely with the wall. Really no big deal for me, so just kind of make sure that you are ready to cover up some of those cables. Grabbing our Magic Remote, let's begin. So pressing the middle mouse button, pointing it at the TV, and we are at our setup process. Running through, you have things like setting the time zone. You could go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi because, of course, it is a smart TV. And then you even have something called AI Picture Pro, where the TV will take a look at what's on the TV and actually change the picture depending on what it sees. So I'm gonna test that out. And then AI Sound Pro, which will actually simulate 5.1 three-dimensional sound. You are prompted to set up your cable if you do have one. I don't have a cable box myself, but you can set up some different streaming services. There's even one called LG Channels, where if you go into it, offers you some free TV. So there's some different LG channels that they have over the internet. So when you are connected to Wi-Fi, you can connect to all of these different channels. Now, pressing the home button on the Magic Remote brings up the menu where you have shortcuts to a bunch of different streaming apps where you can customize these shortcuts as well. You can get rid of the icons if you don't want them. Apple TV, Disney Plus, Prime Video, Netflix, all those good things. But there's even one right here called Art Gallery, and kind of nice actually. It's just a way to turn your TV into a piece of art where it will have frames around different pictures. It actually looks really good, especially when you have a TV wall mounted really close to the TV. It doesn't actually look like a TV when you're looking at it. It actually does look like you do have a painting or a picture mounted on your wall. You do also have something called a home dashboard where you can control different smart devices. You have your AirPlay or your different HDMI slots and your sound settings. So there's a lot of different things within the dashboard that you have quick shortcuts to. Pressing the settings button on the Magic Remote, you have different picture modes. So there is standard and a few different ones, including game, sports, HDR effect, filmmaker, and an expert mode along with vivid. So you can go ahead and play around with those, find which one you like the most. And there's even different sound modes out of the speakers on the TV. Going into further settings, there is an OLED screensaver that you can turn on, which is kind of nice to have, you know, to help with picture and image quality on an OLED TV. Going through though, but channels, sound settings, connection, and in general, there is additional settings where you can change the pointer. Now the pointer is actually connected to my remote, so I'm using it right now. You can change the size, the tracking speed, but to really give you an idea of what it looks like, with my hand up, you will see it follows where I actually point the remote. It's super accurate and really nice. I'm actually a big fan of having something like this so I don't have to press the buttons a bunch of time. I can just point and press. Overall, I have to say the picture quality looks noticeably better, specifically with OLED and the darker images. When you do have blacks mixed in, there's really no light bleed, anything like that, because each pixel is lighting up individually. It's really great. Even just the saturation, the colors, the contrast look better just from initial impressions, but more to come. I will go ahead and play a lot of games. I'll watch some movies. If you do have suggestions for movies or TV shows to watch, please let me know. If there's any really good ones that look good on an OLED TV, please drop a comment, let me know. So more to come. Be sure to stay tuned for that review. Be sure to click that subscribe button. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.